And do you find that there is a stigma sometime with those who are we're working to reach out to, that I fought for my country, I'm not able to make it right here, but I don't want a handout.
Right.
I'm going to make it through this. I can do this by myself. How do you help get through that and around to say, we're going to help you get back there? It's okay for us to help right now. Do you find that that coaching is important to help those who have that sense of pride?
It absolutely is, and you bring up a really good point. None of our veterans want a hand out; they want a hand up, and they deserve a hand up. They sacrificed a lot for us to have our freedoms, and so giving a hand up means a lot of things, but it's not degrading, and it's not saying, "Oh, you're beneath this." It truly is about, tell me what it is that you need today, and let's go do that. We have a number of folks who don't believe that they're helpable. Like, I don't deserve this. You know, I've failed in some way. And 9 times out of 10, it's not that that veteran failed. It's about we all failed.
Yeah.
And so helping them to understand that this isn't just about you. That's why we're all here. And that we are here to give a hand up. And how can we help you? Right. And a lot of that is just asking the veteran, what help do you need? Not me telling the veteran, oh, you need this, this, and this, but saying, what help do you need today? Because trust is an important thing.
Yes.
And there's a lot of crime that happens when you're homeless on the street. There's a considerable amount of fear. And so you building that trust and developing that relationship with that veteran from the first time that you meet them. There's a gentleman who lives on the helicopter pad at U of M Hospital, and we visit him three mornings a week, and he has very little interest in getting services from the VA.
Wow.
And we tell him that that's okay. We have a lot of interest in making sure that he has enough blankets, that he has enough socks, that he has long underwear, that he has sweatshirts, that he has gloves. So we show up 3 days a week, and we say hi and make sure he has what he needs, because that's what he needs right now.
Right.
He doesn't need for us to put him in any place. He needs for us to just stop by, say hi, and make sure he has what he needs.
Yeah, and that's amazing, that particular story within itself, because we know that they're under the viaducts, and there's certain pockets of the area, and in Washington County, we have even one of our expressways that in this little area, Tent City went up, and I know that area was cleared between the road commission and because being so close to the expressway and the dangers and concerns there. But a lot of those individuals who lived there not only were homeless for extended periods, but had been in multiple locations to go from spot to spot, because that these individuals identify with me and they're not going to judge me. And I think at some of those that I've interacted with and I've stopped and asked how are they, when I know where they are, particular areas of the township. And it's been really interesting, that dialogue, but that trust factor, as you say, is so critical.
Right. Homeless, when folks are homeless, they develop a community in their homelessness. And that support system becomes a natural support system and an important support system. So when we show up and say, hey, I'll give you your own apartment, we're asking them to leave their family. We're asking them to leave their support system. And a lot of times when a person exits homelessness into being housed, what ends up happening is their friends that they're leaving behind think, oh, now you're better than me. And you're not going to, you're going to ignore me. So we feel very strongly in making sure that veterans have the opportunity to go back and visit their support system and continue to look at ways that they can help their friends exit homelessness as well through other avenues.
Now, Shawn, I know that there is, with this implementation of these strategies, up through 2014, and there's 6 points that I've seen as far as referenced with the mechanics of how do we get there. Can you talk to us about those strategies and how the community could play a part in some of those strategies, because it's a global perspective.
Yes.
That's so critically important to understand, but also how do you put those pieces in place to reach it, because we know that the vets can't do it by themselves, a vet organization,
Right.
because it's family members, they're in our communities, they're interacting with emergency services or food locations where they can get a hot meal. How does that all work? Talk to us about some of those strategies that are coming up.
So the 6 pillars, or the 6 strategies, are outreach and education, which I've talked about. We do street outreach. We do outreach to soup kitchens, to churches, anywhere where folks who are experiencing homelessness or at risk of homelessness are going to be, we're going to be there. Education comes along where we are asked to go out into the community and educate anyone who's willing to be educated. So on an average, I may speak to 25 groups a month, or 25 large groups, small groups, anyone who will listen. I will be there to provide education.
Yeah.
We have been able to accomplish a lot in Washtenaw County through those outreach and education efforts, as evidenced by we have a Washtenaw County Homeless Veterans Task Force. This is a group of providers and community members who are advocates for homeless veterans and are committed to serving just that group. And through this group of folks, we've been able to really get out and educate even more people. And it's a nice group because we have a couple of gentlemen who belong to veteran service organizations. And so they have a lot of contacts with the VFW, the DAV, and can bring in a lot of support if we should need it. So that's been very nice. Another strategy is homeless prevention. And so when a veteran or a veteran family is at risk of losing their housing, making sure that they know where they can go to get rapid rehousing dollars or homeless prevention dollars in the community. So we will work with the veteran to get access to the Veterans Trust Fund, to the different HPRP programs that are available through the county. The VA has a Supportive Services for Veterans Families grant. This is the VA's own version of homeless prevention rapid rehousing dollars. And each organizations in each of the counties can apply for those dollars. And the Washtenaw Housing Alliance, which is the homeless continuum here, has applied for those dollars, and we will wait to see if they are going to be funded.
Yeah.
The next one is a treatment, and are providing treatment to veterans. So through our grant and per diem programs, which is a 2-year-long transitional housing program for veterans, they receive case management, and they're engaged with the VA in getting mental health or substance abuse care or their medical care. We have a homeless veterans dental initiative where veterans who are in our programs, in our GPD programs, can have dental care, which is really, really an important thing for our folks.
Sure, absolutely.
And we have those 6-month-long residential substance abuse treatment contracts. We also have a substance use disorder therapist who goes into the homes of those veterans who choose, who are in our VA-supported housing program. So if a veteran identifies that they may be at risk of losing their housing because of their substance use, then our therapist will go into their home and assist them in harm reduction or abstinence, whatever that veteran's goal is, that will ultimately assist them in maintaining their housing. And that's a very unique feature in the VA. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
We're really proud of that.
Yeah. So with some of the programs I know that we have here in Washtenaw County, that we have outreach groups, are there similar programs and contact people in the other regions?
Yes.
Saginaw, Flint, Ohio, where if calling the 800 number, they could be put in touch with individuals who are closer in their catchment area of services?
That is very true. I'm very proud to say that every VA hospital in the United States now has a homeless program where they didn't before. So we're very pleased to be able to say that every hospital will have a homeless program. A very important resource, if anyone can call the 1-800 number or our office, and we can get people in contact with points of contact from other homeless programs. But also the VA website is very informative. And so in fact, you can go to our homepage in Washington, and there's a tab for homeless at the bottom right-hand corner.
Yes.
You click on that, you'll get to all of the homeless coordinators' names and phone numbers are on that list. So.
Yeah, and I really like the website because it's easy to navigate to services that you need. I've been there a number of times, not only to understand it, but in my role to help with, here, let me get the site, and I have it bookmarked and in my favorites, and boom, I can pull it up just as I'm talking to a resident or a family member. Here's a number. Here's where, let me give you the website, but let me give you the number since I have it right here in front of me.
Right.
You know, and those are really important when there's a need right then and there, because sometimes what I've seen is some family members who do the outreach, they wait a little bit, and then when you reach back to them, well, we decided we think we can do it on our own. I think we can make it. And then we hear from them not long because the situation continues to evolve. And it's, you really do want to call.
Yep.
It won't, it's okay to do that. We really want to encourage you to use the resource.
We receive we met with 1,094 veterans in fiscal year 11. Okay. 734 of those veterans engaged in our services. So we actually admitted 734 folks into our program. Those remaining folks were, hey, this might be happening. What are my options?
Yeah.
Right. So the homeless prevention, reaching out and just finding out what's available. What am I looking at here? And the sooner we can engage a person or a veteran and we can begin to share with them the resources that are out there, we may be able to prevent them from becoming homeless.
Yeah.
And the family dynamic is really important because a lot of times we're running into situations where a veteran's family has been financially supporting them. And as that veteran family ages out into retirement or loses a job, the veteran then gets closer and closer to homelessness. So we do a considerable amount of outreach when we talk to veterans, finding out who exactly is helping you so that we can begin to get in and shore up any of those cracks so that we can help that veteran not become homeless.
Well, Shawn, this has been fantastic information to share with our community and our broadcast audience. We're going to be putting up the 800 numbers, the website information, the contact numbers for our local efforts here. And it's so important for our families when there is a need not to feel that you can't reach out to all of the wonderful people here at the VA hospital. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We're going to wrap up this segment of the Prevention Corner. Again, we're going to put all the contact information, website, resources that are available through the VA hospital for you. Again, my name is Rich Coleman. I'm the host for the Prevention Corner. Hit me up at preventioncorner@rightme.com, as well as all of the information from our resources here. Thank you so much. We'll see you at the next episode.